business owners, one of the biggest problems we can have is attracting those all-important leads and clients to make our business a success. Hello, I'm Tracey Tait. So in this video, I'm going to take you through the steps that you can take that can help you to turn complete strangers into your leads, your clients, and ultimately your raving fans. So first things first then, what we need to know is that it's really important to build trust with your audience. People tend to buy and work with people that they know, like, and trust. And a great way of doing that is by being aware of what's called your buyer's journey and creating content for each part of that journey that helps to take them from being strangers to leads, clients, and ultimately your raving fans. So what is your buyer's journey then? Well, it's all the little steps, it's everything that you do to take them from never having heard of you, they're a total stranger, to them telling the world how fab you are. That's your raving fan. So why is it important then to understand your buyer's journey? Well, when you understand your buyer's journey, the things it can do for you is it helps you to attract better qualified leads and clients. It makes your website do more of the work for you. You're going to build better relationships with your audience much more quickly. You're also going to inspire your audience that you're the one for them and give you higher conversion rates and much happier clients at the end of the day. So what you're going to learn then, the stage a potential client goes through before they buy, before they make that buying decision, and what content you can share that's going to help to turn those strangers into your raving fans. So believe it or not, right now there are people out there that are unaware that you exist. That's rubbish because you are amazeballs at what you do. But let's have a look then at what happens in the buyer's journey. So you have people who are completely unaware of who you are. So the first part of the buyer's journey is to get them to become aware of you. And then the second stage is to get them to start thinking that, oh, there's a bit more to this person, this business that meets the eye. I think I need a bit more information. And this is where you start to collect leads. Then the more they get to know, like, and ultimately trust you, then there's more likely to be a decision. Are they going to work with you, buy from you, or is it going to be another organisation, another person, another company? But it doesn't stop once you've actually signed them up as a client. There's a bit more work to be done as well, because you don't want them just to be customers. You want them to be happy customers. And then what that then means is that you can turn them into your raving fans. And then your raving fans are going to tell people how fabulous you are. So the first part of the buyer's journey then is creating awareness. This is the first time that they are aware that you exist. So this could be when they land on your website or come across you on social media, or even if it's at a networking event. So what's going on for your buyer at this stage? Well, at this moment in time, they've got a pain point, a problem, a niggle, a need, or a want. They're looking for information right now. And what they want to know is, if it's like business related, it's like how to write a sales page. It could even be they're looking for wallpaper ideas for their bedroom, or what plants to get for their garden. So your job is about making them aware that you exist and make it easy for them to find you. So what is it that you do when you're looking for information, when you need an answer to a question, when you've got a pain or a niggle, it's kind of, oh, it's a problem that I really want to solve. What you do, and your audience is exactly the same, they will head to Google and type in a question, looking for something information-wise around what's going on for them right now. So how do you make it easier for them to find you then? You can do this by putting blogs on your website with relevant titles. So if they put in a question, you've got a better chance of being found on Google. You can drive traffic to your website from your social media. You can share useful and helpful content on your social media platform that gets them to start to recognize that you're talking about things that are useful and relevant to you. So first of all, how do you use blog titles to build awareness? So you can use titles that start with words, phrases that your audience actually puts into Google to help them find their answers to their big questions. So for the majority of us, when we're looking for information, when we're not really sure kind of what's going on, or we want to know what to do, we will put in searches that start with how to, what is, why, or what to. And the more that you do this, then you increase your chance at becoming known for being absolutely fabulous at answering your audience's question. So if they want to know how to write a sales page, you create a blog, how to write a sales page. If they're cyclists that ride mountain bikes and they want to know how to replace a broken chain on a mountain bike, you write a blog title that has that. And you know what? That has been searched so many times because I have boys who are keen cyclists in the family. It could be, what is the quickest way to build your email address? Okay, we've all done searches like this. Why does my washing machine smell? What to do when your washing machine smells? But you know what? You don't have to stop just at creating blogs for your audience as well. What you can do is you can take these blogs and turn them into other sources of information. You can turn them into ebooks, you can turn them into videos or infographics. All this useful and helpful information that you can then put out for your audience to become more aware that you exist. So the second stage is consideration, and your objective here is to start collecting leads. So where is that in the cycle? Well, it's second here, it's the consideration, and it's where you get leads. So let's step into the shoes of your potential client. What's going on for them right now? So what they've been doing is they've been, trawling the internet, reading blogs, watching videos, collecting information, basically doing their research around their problem. And the thing is, they've been doing it on your research, on your competition as well. So what you need to do is stand out from your competition. So what type of content is your potential client really looking for at this stage? Content that's going to bring them closer and closer to you, to turn them into that client and that raving fan. So what you can do to bring them closer to you then is offer them useful, helpful information. So it could be that they're ready to sign up for a newsletter or a lead magnet, where you then pop into their inbox on a regular basis with really, really valuable, useful and helpful content. You might want to offer them a demo or a free trial of your product, or it might be something like a discount code that encourages them to buy. Stage the decision phase. Your objective here is to start to get the sales. And where this sits in the buyer cycle is here. So it's third after awareness. So the kind of questions that your audience is asking now are very different to the questions that they would be asking when they first sat down and typed into Google all about the problem, the information and the solutions to what they were looking for. This is now where they're ready to buy, but they're sitting on the fence and going, well, should it be this company or that company? And they've got lots of questions about it. So this is where you dive a little bit deeper into what is going on for them, and you make sure that you are answering their big questions, the big questions that are going to help them decide whether it's you or whether it's another organization. One of the most popular things that your potential client will search for is information around cost. So it pays to be answering questions about how much working with you or how much your product or your service is going to cost. Now, if it's an expensive product, then your audience might be asking, why does it cost so much? So you can create content that explains all this. Or it might be that they think it's a bit inexpensive. Again, create content why it's inexpensive. So think about all the questions that you have ever been asked about the price or the cost of your product or service, and create that useful and helpful content and put it on your website so the information is there for them. There's also problems. So things like that can be, that around the consideration of your industry or your product or your service. So for me, I'm a marketing coach or trainer. So some people might be thinking, well, what are the pros and cons of working with a marketing coach or a trainer? So I've created content that helps answer that question. You could do the same around your industry that helps them answer that question. There's also myths in industries as well, isn't there? So, or, questions that people are really not too sure what the answer to is. So you can create content. So this one here, hot tub myths, real or rubbish, where you get really nitty gritty and all the information on hot tubs, if that's what you're looking for to buy. Comparisons. Now this is quite a common one as well. So let's go back to the smelly washing machine. And that person has realised that, you know what, my washing machine is past it. I need a new one. So they've gone through all the process of looking at different washing machines. And then they decide, well, I don't know which washing machine's best. Tell you what, I'll head to Google and have a little look. So they'll put in comparisons for washing machines to different manufacturers of washing machines. It's not just expensive items as well, even umbrellas. So there's blogs out there for the 5 best umbrellas for under £20. So again, it's answering all these questions that your audience has. Reviews. We like to know how other people have got on using this product or this service. So create information, your blogs, your content that helps answer those questions for them. There's also case studies and testimonials. So if someone's looking at a case study or a testimonial and they're thinking, wow, that's the same problem that I'm in, that's how I feel about it, and that's how I want to feel after I've had that problem solved. Case studies and testimonials, great idea. But also remember as well, it's not just all about your content. What also has to play its part in the decision-making process for your audience is your sales page. Does that give them enough information? Your order form, is it easy to use? Is it clunky? Is it just too complicated for them, so it's going to put them off? So look at even things like your order forms. And also it might be that they actually want to give you a call. You'll know your audience better than anyone else. So do you give them the opportunity, make it clear and simple of how they can arrange to have that call with you? All of this kind of stuff is part of your buyer's journey. So now you've got the sale, but you know what? It doesn't stop once you've got your audience to buy from you. So you've taken them from no idea who the heck you are to becoming a client. I mean, that's great, isn't it? But there's still more work to do, because you don't just want clients. What you want is happy clients. And that's where that sits in the buyer's journey. It would be so easy just to say, well, get them to become aware of you, get them to weigh things up, whether it's you or another company to work for, and then get them to buy. If only that was the case. You want your clients to be so that they've bought from you. So what kind of content then can you create to turn your client, because obviously they were happy enough to buy from you, but you want to take them further. You want to turn them into that raving fan. So what you can do is send them useful and helpful emails. So it might be that they have bought a product that, to get the best out of, there's little tips and tricks and some more information, or useful manuals, useful videos, etc. that you can send them. You can send them things in the post, or what you can do is, when the time is right, you can then offer them another product or a service. So if they've come in to work with you or to buy a product that's like an entry-level product, and then they've mastered that, and then they're ready to maybe up level or expand their skills, then when the time is right, you can then offer them a new product or a new service. So the emails then, as I've said, offer them information to get the best out of your product or service. So you're not just taking their money and running, you're being useful and helpful by giving them extra resources and extra information. And then, as I've said, offer another product or a service, but be careful. You've got to be sure that when you do this, it's at the right time. You don't want to be seen as overly salesy or overly bombarding them with all this sales and coming into their inbox and making offers all the time. So stage 5, advocacy. So your objective here is to create your raving fans. And this is where that sits in the buyer's journey. Because word of mouth is so powerful. 92% of potential buyers look for social recommendations before making a buying decision. 76% of people say they're more likely to trust content shared by normal people. And again, we've all done this. We've looked at reviews, we've looked at testimonials, we've looked at case studies, we've asked our families and friends, have you used this, or can you recommend anything for this? So please remember how important it is that you look after your clients after they have bought from you. So what you now know then, you know the stages your potential client goes through before they make that important decision to buy from you. You now know what content to share to turn those strangers into raving fans. And that magic happens after they've actually signed up to work with you or to buy your product or your service. So a little reminder then, what you achieve when you understand your buyer's journey. You take strangers to becoming your raving fans. You now know that you don't stop when they buy from you. Your raving fans are going to bring you more clients. And creating the right content for each part of your buyer's journey means that your marketing is way more effective. Let me help you get more leads and clients. Remember to subscribe and click for notifications of my new videos. Like it, share it, and be sure to tell others about it too.